Al,
Mm-hmm.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
He's been with us for a long time.
Yeah, many, many years.
Many, many years.
Um, you know, wow. Hold on a minute. When did the original Donkey Kong come out? It was 81, 82?
81.
81? Jesus
Next year will
Christ.
be his, 45th anniversary?
That's what I was just thinking.
Okay.
This is bananas.
Hey.
Oh, I did the thing!
Hey.
Hey!
There you go.
It's weird. Don't
Anyways,
ignore it.
I was like, who's texting me?
Ignore it until after this.
Anyways, hello, welcome to this week's episode of Season 9 of Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Owl and Lady
Hello.
This is episode 454, and it's time to talk about the Donkey, the Kong, and the Bananza.
Donkey Kong Bananza.
Yes.
AKA the whole reason I got a Switch 2.
Yeah.
At least like when I got my Switch 2.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yes, Alice played this. I have not because I don't have a Switch 2. I just have the decrepit old Switch. The one that's dying everywhere.
No.
They're all just dying. They're like, please upgrade me. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. Anyways, this game came out on July 17th of this year, 2025, for the Switch 2, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the first real big game outside of Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm. I would say yes.
For the Switch 2 is in terms of like exclusives and everything. And yeah, people seemed to like the Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
You go, okay.
Okay.
Got a 91 out of 100 on the Metacritic.
Wow.
Let's see here. It sold a lot of copies. It was the best-selling game on Nintendo platforms in July, the third best-selling game overall in the United States.
What beat it?
Let's see here. This headline says Donkey Kong Bananza is selling like bananas on Switch 2.
Oh, snap. Got it.
Bum, 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 bum. Let's see here. That's for just... This is... So what do they say? Third overall? Okay, where are we getting...
I mean, you don't have to
Physical
find this
and
if you don't
digital,
need to.
okay. Above it was EA Sports College Football 26 and the EA Sports MVP bundle, which I think is just CFB 26 and Madden together.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
So there you go.
All right. Wow, 99% on OpenCritic.
Let's talk about the development of Donkey Kong.
Okay.
After Nintendo Entertainment Planning and Development, the EPD production group number 8 completed Super Mario Odyssey. EPD Senior General Manager Yoshiaki Koizumi, who directed Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, very prominent to know. That, of course, if you don't know, Jungle Beat was the platformer they made for the GameCube that utilized the bongos.
Oh, God.
He asked the team to develop a 3D Donkey Kong game. Koizumi wanted to expand the Donkey Kong franchise, which had not received an original game since Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which came out on the Wii U in 2014. Furthermore, Nintendo had not developed a Donkey Kong game internally since Jungle Beat, and wanted to establish separate 2D and 3D Donkey Kong series as they had with the Super Mario series. The Odyssey director, Kenta Motokura, who worked as a character artist on Jungle Beat, was assigned as producer. We're just getting everyone back together from Jungle Beat from 20 years ago.
Nice. Getting the gang back together.
Yep. Motokuro conceived Bananza's concept and provided a template for the creative direction. He said that upon receiving the assignment, EPD wanted to innovate as Donkey Kong, the original from 1981, had with story-driven gameplay and varied stage design, and Donkey Kong Country had with pre-rendered graphics, using the skills they gathered from developing Super Mario games. The team consulted Koizumi and Donkey Kong's creator Shigeru Miyamoto to better understand Donkey Kong. They emphasized Donkey Kong's strength. Koizumi highlighted his large arms as distinguishing him from Mario, while Miyamoto highlighted his various abilities such as slapping terrain and blowing on objects.
Blowing on objects?
That's what it says!
When does he blow on objects?
Well, that's what Miyamoto thinks. Anyways, after Odyssey's release, a programmer began conducting experiments with voxel technology. It was used to a limited degree in Odyssey, having been implemented around halfway through development to allow Mario to dig through cheese and plow snow. In one experiment, they added large hands to a Goomba so it could rip and throw terrain. Tanaka said the team found this surprisingly satisfying and interesting as a central gameplay element, and the team realized that Donkey Kong's physical strength was a good fit for the technology. Kazuya Takahashi, who joined Nintendo in 2020 after previously working on open-world role-playing games, and Wataru Tanaka, Odyssey's programmer, were assigned as Bananza's directors. It was the first 3D Donkey Kong platformer since Donkey Kong 64. And did you know this? The title is a pun on the words banana and bonanza.
What? I had no idea.
God.
Wow.
I'm glad they really made sure to put that in there. Nintendo Life reported that development began in 2017 or 2018, while Games Radar Plus speculated that full-scale production likely did not start until Takahashi joined Nintendo and EPD finished Bowser's Fury in 2021. EPD began work remotely due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Bananza's development began on the original Switch, but shifted to the Switch 2 around 2021 to allow for the incursion of more destructible objects. Prototypes on the original Switch ran into performance problems as its limited memory struggled to handle the detailed environments. Conversely, the Switch 2 allowed Bananza to run at a stable 60 frames per second, expand the environmental size and details, and incorporate concepts that had been previously discarded due to technical constraints. Takahashi said that the team was also enticed by the Joy-Con 2's mouse controls.
I don't remember them using that. Maybe I just didn't use it.
They may not even put it in there, so who knows.
Okay.
Here's some stuff on design. The entirety of Bananza's terrain is made from voxels, which Motokuro said was the primary factor distinguishing it from Odyssey. Takahashi described building levels from voxels as much more convenient than polygonal modeling, as developers could freely combine voxels and materials to build terrains, and then test it out immediately in-game. This let us quickly experiment and iterate. EPD sought to ensure players would not notice the voxels during gameplay, moving to the Switch to enable the expansion of the level of environmental destruction. Daisuke Watanabe, Bananza's art director, said the Switch 2 unlocked the game's full potential. No, it made the game possible.
Wow.
Motokuro said that they created the levels to exploit Donkey Kong's strength. In designing each layer, they genuinely chose a theme and then thought about the voxel-based game mechanics could be included. In one instance, the ability to surf on pieces of terrain inspired a layer with rolling hills. The team wanted the underground world to be distinct from the surface setting of previous Donkey Kong games, though they still sought to evoke the franchise's original Brooklyn-inspired aesthetic and incorporated the neon pink and blue colors from the 1981 game as highlights. Unlike the 3D Super Mario games, levels were designed to guide the player downward rather than upward. Players can continuously destroy terrain, and Takahashi said that the discoveries players make from destruction, as well as the addition of a skill tree, made for a gameplay loop different from Odyssey's. The team prioritized freedom, designing Bananza so that players were not restricted to collecting items via the intended route and would not encounter problems with sequence breaking. They developed a new virtual camera system so players would be able to see while digging underground. Motokuro described designing Donkey Kong's punch as one of the most difficult elements, as he wanted to avoid it becoming monotonous. This required minute refinements to various systems, including the sound design, controller rumble, and camera effects. They used effects such as slow motion and freeze frames to add emphasis. Motokuro conceived the power-up transformations, which he thought would make the destruction more fun. The zebra transformation originated from a piece of concept art, while other transformations were created based on their functionality. EPD implemented mouse controls in the co-op mode in DK Artist. So there you go. There's where your mouse controls are.
Oh, I didn't use it, and I didn't do co-op or DK Artist.
The co-op mode was designed so that a player could allow their child or friend to contribute. You know, the two things, children or friends.
That's it. No spouses or anything. Yep. No friends. Or I guess there is a friend, but whatever.
And the team sought to differentiate the second player's ability to account for the lack of balance. They gave the second player more agency than they had in the co-op modes of Super Mario Galaxy and Odyssey. EPD sought to honor Donkey Kong's history and revive elements that they felt would mesh with the destructible environments. Takahashi replayed every Donkey Kong game after he was assigned to direct Bananza inside a Donkey Kong country as a particular influence. EPD used the voxel technology to present returning enemies, including minecarts, barrel cannons, and animal friends such as Rambi, in new ways. Motokura added that they did not want to rely solely on nostalgia. They wanted to satisfy veteran Donkey Kong fans while also appealing to players who were alienated by the franchise's high difficulty level, so they included the skill tree, an easier game mode, and co-op features as options. Side-scrolling areas were included to bridge the gap between the 2D and 3D Donkey Kong games.
Those were some of my favorite levels too, the side-scrolling areas.
Yeah, I bet.
They were very fun.
Let's talk about characters.
Okay.
Bananza features a redesigned Donkey Kong that combines the expressiveness of Miyamoto's original design and his more cool and adventurous country depiction. The redesign had previously appeared in the Super Mario Bros. Movie and Mario Kart World, though it was created for Bananza. Watanabe said the team strove for a design that would get to the core of what makes Donkey Kong who he is, bringing out his unique characteristics and appeal. They wanted a unique depiction that remained true to Miyamoto's vision and accounted for how different generations of Donkey Kong fans saw the character, and consulted previous Donkey Kong artists for advice. Because Donkey Kong's character model is much larger than Mario's, they emphasized his facial expressions and gave him overalls and thick fur to make him look more interesting from a third-person perspective.
Sorry.
I mean, I was also going to go there as well, so...
All right, well, we have the same brain cell, so that's why.
It's true, we do.
Thick.
Early in development, EPD decided that another character would accompany Donkey Kong. The one developer suggested Pauline. A specific character was not included in the software design description. Motokura recalled that the team revisited the Pauline idea while implementing Donkey Kong's Zebra transformation. A composer, Naoto Kubo, wrote music for the transformation sequence, and the team decided to turn it into a song that Pauline, who had been established as a singer in Super Mario Odyssey, could perform. EPD used Pauline as a human guide who could explain concepts to the player, and Motokura and Takahashi cited her inclusion with helping many of their ideas take form. In contrast to her previous appearances as an adult, Pauline is depicted as a 13-year-old girl in Bananza. EPD attempted to use Pauline's adult design, but Takahashi felt her riding on Donkey Kong's back would look more natural were she a girl. Takahashi added that the decision allowed for the inclusion of a character who existing fans knew while intriguing new players. He said that 13 is the age when children begin to worry about their futures, so Pauline being a girl also provided a direction for the story. Motokuro said that she was a character to which players could relate. The in-universe reason for the age discrepancy is not explained, as EPD wanted to leave it to fans' imagination. Following Bananza's release, debates ensued over whether the story was a prequel or a sequel to Odyssey's.
I have heard those debates.
As Bananza emphasizes destruction and digging, Motokura decided that a mining company would be a suitable antagonist. They focused on the antagonist before determining whether characters from previous Donkey Kong games should appear. When including Donkey Kong characters, EPD referenced the 1981 game to acknowledge that Donkey Kong coexists with human characters. They attempted to balance the human world with country's animal characters. Character inclusions were a source of debate, though Motokura mandated that Cranky Kong, a character he enjoys, be included. Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong's sidekick in previous games, was relegated to a cameo.
So was Dixie.
Yes. Bananza marked K. Rool and the Kremling's first appearance in a Donkey Kong game in nearly 20 years with an in-universe explanation for their absence.
I don't remember that in-universe explanation, but...
they just been doing stuff.
I legit do not remember what the explanation was. I'm going to click on this link and see if I can find out.
Well, you do that. Let's talk about music, though, before we wrap all that up.
Okay.
Music composers included Naoto Kubo, Daisuke Matsuoka, Reika Nakai, Yuri Gota, and Tsukasa Usui. Kubo said they used music to immerse the player and establish each layer's atmosphere. The composers sought to suit both fast-paced destruction and methodical exploration, as they felt it would become tiring if all the music was high energy. They split level themes into parts and adjusted to reflect the player's surroundings. Kubo decided to tie music to the animal transformation, similar to how the music changes in Super Mario games when Mario attains certain power-ups, and Motokura asked him to write songs for each transformation. He drew inspiration from Latin music for the Zebra transformation theme. The transformation songs all feature fictional languages, as Kubo wanted to emphasize the action rather than the lyrics. Kubo wanted to retain the variety of previous Donkey Kong soundtracks, balancing upbeat tracks with somber, atmospheric ones. Bananza features rearrangements of David Wise and Grant Kirkhope's music from the rare-developed Donkey Kong games, including Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, Donkey Kong 64, though neither was involved as a composer. Kirkhope was amused to learn that Bananza would include a remix of Donkey Kong 64's DK Rap, which he called the worst rap track in the history of rap tracks.
Incredible.
Kubo said the composers prioritized original material and briefly ignored that Bonanza was a Donkey Kong game to write new music, but sprinkled rearrangements throughout. So there you go. DK Donkey Kong.
Cranky also references the rap at one point because he's like, for someone who's supposed to be the leader of the bunch and something like that. It's like, well,
Good. Love to see it.
yeah, this is pretty good, pretty good. Also that thing doesn't even explain what the lore reason was, so I don't know what that was about.
Great.
So yeah, there's that.
Nahone.
Yeah,
Well, Al, you have played the Donkey Kong.
sure have.
Played through it. You have
I did not
DK'd.
100% it though.
You have Donkey Konged.
I have.
Tell me your thoughts about the Donkey Kong.
I like to destroy.
I mean, this is a good game for someone who is chaotic as you are.
I Yes. Um, there were many, many times when I was playing this game where I'm like, you have to stop destroying the terrain and just play the game and do the story. You have to just stop slapping with rocks constantly and punching it and going through like I spent probably like the first 3 hours of the game with me just in the starting area just punching stuff. Because it's like I can destroy everything. And I did. And it was great. And that's not the point of the game. I mean, I guess it is kind of the point of the game. That's what they were saying. But like, I was not collecting the banana gems for a significant amount of time that I was playing this game because it was just like, can I destroy this? I can. Okay. Um, so yeah, this game was good in terms of like me being destructive, and I love that. Um, I will say, and I told you this when I was playing it, I think it's too long. I think it just
Did you also think Odyssey was too long, or
no.
okay?
I just felt like this one had like maybe one or two too many levels.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it had knocked out a level or two, I would have been like, oh, okay, this is perfect. But by the time that I got to the end, it was just like, all right, okay, all right, I'm just gonna destroy more stuff. All right.
I mean, that's what they wanted you to do, is destroy stuff. So
Yeah. No, I get it. And you have the different transformations, which some of them barely get used depending on like what you're about.
are they just like things that you would use for like very specific situations, essentially?
Yeah, kind of like his original Bonanza form is just like him but bigger. And so like you're stronger, you punch harder. Like that one's pretty multi-purpose, you know?
Right.
Zebra makes you go faster so you can get through like some terrain that might fall if you go across it. You can use that one pretty regularly. Snake lets you bounce higher, I guess, but like it's not really all that useful because you can just climb mostly.
Sure.
Um, the elephant one, like you can make lava go away. When you're not in a lava area, it's really not all that useful
Yeah,
either.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like I feel like there's another one, but I'm blanking on what it is. Donkey Kong Bonanza transformations. They do have fun songs though. They
Sure.
go along with them. That she sings. So there's Kong Bonanza, uh, Zebra Bonanza, Ostrich Bonanza. Yeah, that one. I probably should have because you can fly a little bit, but I barely used it. Elephant Bonanza, and then Snake Bonanza. So like I basically stuck to either Zebra or Kong for the most part, and I was
Hmm.
like, I'll use these other ones sometimes, maybe. Um, nah. But the songs were very fun. And, part of the plot of this is that, like, Pauline is struggling to sing in front of people. And so you have her, like, help you do these performances, which is what makes the bonanzas happen. So she'll just sing on your shoulder and make you transform into a guy. But Donkey Kong's real into the music. He's real into it. Um, One other thing that I thought was interesting when they were talking about the human characters and everything is that Pauline is the only one that actually has like a voice you can understand.
Right.
Like there are voices for other characters in this game, but you don't understand them at all. Um, so I guess that's one way of getting out of paying a lot of voice actors, I guess. But she's the only one who actually has a voice. So that's interesting, and she's a singer, and she wants to be a famous singer, and wants to sing in her hometown in front of the city hall, but she's nervous. So DK is trying to be a good buddy and help her out. But at the same time, they're having to fight like that mining company, Void Co, all that. Um, so I mean, the plot's pretty simple. You're helping Pauline. You're going down to the planetary core. You got to find the Banandium root, and you got to stop Voidco from taking over the Banandium root. That's the plot.
Banana.
Banana. And then when you get to the Banandium root, oh, I guess that's the lore reason. When you get to the Banandium root, Void is there, and he's like, ha ha ha, I have got this. Everything's terrible now for you. And then he just gets like bonked away. And then it turns out like, oh hey, there's King K. Rool. He's been trapped in the Banandium root um forever, I guess. And so now he's free and he's the big baddie and all the Kremling crew are released and you have to like start fighting Kremlings after that. Um and then you have to like do like a wild like there it's a two-stage fight that references a lot of things from like Country with like his like blunderbuss gun and everything, which is pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but he can also do his own Bonanza. You end up doing like the final fight in New Donk City, and Pauline's like, "Oh, this is my hometown." It's like, "Oh, interesting." So yeah, then you take him down. DK and Pauline, they go their separate ways. Pauline goes to be a street performer, I guess. And then DK goes back to mining. You can do like post game stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I didn't do a lot of that because a lot of it's like, do you want to do a boss rush? I'm like, ooh,
So kind of like similar to like what they did in Odyssey, where there was
Odyssey.
like some post game stuff that was like a little bit like more challenging compared to
Yeah.
like the original game. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you do like the extra stuff at the end, like she apparently performs a song, but like it doesn't actually do anything different. So it's like, oh, well
Right,
then
right, right,
that
right.
feels a little disappointing. Um, but I think one of the things that I thought was most fun about this game was getting to dress up DK because he has all kinds of different outfits you could put him in this, and I made him look like a fool often, and
Yeah.
I
So
made
like,
him dye his hair.
so it kind of has a similar thing that like Odyssey did, where you get all the
Yeah.
outfits for Mario, but this is like you get outfits, I think, right, and then you can also like dye his fur, but then you can also change Pauline's outfits and all that sort of stuff.
So you can change Pauline's outfits and they affect things like how long your bonanzas last and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. DK, you can change his pants and that tends to affect something. You can change his tie and then his fur is just cosmetic.
Nahone.
But the tie can also do like effects. So By the end, I had him in like original Donkey Kong, like 81 scaffolding looking pants and an ascot.
Nice.
So that man looked wild as hell. Um, but I did really, really enjoy having him wear stupid outfits and just destroying stuff.
Hmm.
And I do realize like Cranky, Cranky is a character that like you run into. You have to like find the hidden Cranky in all the different levels throughout, which is kind of funny. Um, but he talks about like, oh, there's an old banana thief that's been running around, and like my brain was thinking like, oh, it's just talking about like the Void guy because he's stealing the bananas. But like, no, it's referencing King K. Rool the whole time. Old banana thief? Come on.
Yep.
Like, oh, damn it. I should have listened to Cranky. Um, there's also a really fun section where you have to race against Diddy and Dixie
Yeah.
on like a Rambi. So it's like a weird version of like a Mario Kart, but with Rambi.
And like
And
destruction and stuff is it within that like the
yes,
course as well because you can like blast through stuff.
yes, exactly. But I really liked that level. That was a lot of fun.
That's one of the few things I've seen in this game is the you meeting Diddy and Dixie and then doing that race sequence.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh, neat. It does have the new designs for Diddy and Dixie. They also got redesigned.
Which they didn't look like super different.
No, they separated their eyes and
They got Sonicked.
they got Sonic, yeah. And instead of having Nintendo on his hat, Diddy has DD on his hat, which I
And
wonder
it
if they're
look, it's been like 20 years. He found a new hat.
he did. Well, okay, so my brother and I were talking about this when we were at Nintendo World, and we're like, if they have the DD on his hat, we wonder if like they're trying to separate him from Diddy, like the guy, and
Yeah,
trying to get
yeah.
people to say more like Diddy.
Maybe.
Um, but you know, that's just speculation on our part.
They should just had him wear a Switch 2 hat.
True.
Give
Um,
him the same giant Switch 2 logo patch that the Mariners were wearing for a time on their sleeves.
I don't know what that means, but I
Oh,
believe
hang
you.
on. I will show you a
Okay.
picture of this. It's
Where
egregious.
where are you sending it to me?
I'll send it to you on Zoom maybe. But like everyone kind of has like normal looking like tiny like little patches, like sponsorship patches on like their sleeves and baseball and everything. And
Hmm.
then the Switch 2 comes out and you get I don't want Facebook. Facebook, get out of here.
Ew, Facebook.
Copy image link. Chat. That's a very long link. Hopefully it works.
Oh, that is
Look
huge.
how big it is. It's
Oh,
so big.
why is it so huge?
I don't know. I guess like just because they're like we gotta put the logo and the big old logo. Like before they were just have like Nintendo, like the Nintendo
Mhm.
logo, and that was it. Then they get the Switch 2 one. It's just like boom.
Boom.
Anyways, yeah, there you go. That
Um,
should have been his hat. That's what I'm saying.
Incredible. Yeah, Dixie looks pretty normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Rambi racing was pretty fun.
Where is
And
Kitty Kong?
where is Kitty Kong? Where is he?
He's just been gone forever.
Well, we know that Chunky's dead, so
Rip in peace.
you know that meme, right?
No.
Oh, okay, I gotta send you this meme. There's this whole thing with the DK rap. Chunky's dead. Um, I'll send that to you. I love this meme so much. It makes me laugh. I'm sending you two things about the DK rap while we're doing this. Oh no. What are you gonna do with me?
This is just this is what we deal with.
Yeah. Um, I also have a really, really uncomfortable feeling that the weirdos are gonna lewd one of the new monkey characters in this
Yeah, probably.
because she's kind of like a hot secretary type lady. I was like, ah, yeah, they're total. Oh, Candy does get a mention. She gets a throwaway line. She's not in it, but she does get a mention.
Now, where is Funky?
Where is Funky?
Why doesn't this
Give.
game have Funky mode?
No, you're right. You're right. But yeah, it has some really like charming levels. Like there's one that's like a theme park. There's one that's just like all fruit for whatever reason. Um, you've got your normal like hills and snow and forest and things like that. And as you mentioned, there's like the 2D levels that are complete references to country, like including the music remixed. And those are really, really fun.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a good time. I enjoyed my time with the game. I just wish it was shorter. Because it just felt like it was dragging on forever. And I say that as somebody who puts like 120 hours into Trails games, but
And Otome games.
and Atome games. Um, but it just kind of like got to a point where I'm like, I feel like this should have ended already, and it didn't. If that makes any sense.
Sure.
Um, but I did really like it, and I do recommend people play it if they have the Switch too, and they do like the Donkey Kong. Um,
The
I
donkey.
think so. I am one of the complete weirdos that actually does like DK64. I think people who did not like DK64 will be extremely pleased with this because it's not that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and in terms of like, is it a prequel or a sequel to Odyssey? It's hard to say because she does say she wants to perform in City Hall, and she does live in New Donk City,
Dudok City.
New Donk City. Um, and she does get her dress from that game that she performs in,
Mm-hmm.
but a 13-year-old version of it.
Right.
So like I could see it would be in a prequel, but then she also talks about like her grandma at one point. So like I don't know, maybe it's a super duper sequel and it's a long way down and original Pauline is a grandma now and this is just her granddaughter trying to follow the same dream. Who knows? I don't know. I like either way. I think it works either way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hee hee. So yeah, it was fun to destroy everything.
It does sound like it.
Yeah, and I did destroy everything. I destroyed so many things, sometimes to my detriment, but it was so much fun.
Okay.
Just pick up a rock and fling it at stuff and then blah, or go surfing down on it. Fun.
Fun.
Hmm.
Well, there you go. Donkey Kong.
DK.
Donkey Kong. He got a new game, and now he can go rest for a bit.
Yeah.
Do the honk and shoe with his bananas in his banana horde.
Oh man, that does remind me. One of the first country levels that you get, like one of the first 2D levels. Um, if you like do a jump backwards, you can go into like DK's house like you do in the original one.
Good.
And there's a banana there. I was like, oh hell yeah, this is great.
Good.
So that was pretty clever.
Very good.
Made me happy.
Does any of the bananas have the Nintendo logo on them?
No,
What the heck?
they're all little crystals.
What the heck?
And he goes, oh nom 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 nom.
Ooh, banana.
Oh banana.
Well, there you go. That is Donkey Kong Bananza. Did you know that's a pun?
Did you know there's a pun between Bonanza and banana? Did you know?
Wow, my mind was blown.
I know, man. Who could have
Can't
seen that
believe
coming?
that.
It's crazy.
But that's going to do it for us this week. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalcheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts, like Jared Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. Follow us on Blue Sky, seasonalanimecheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of the Love Life Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And get support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early. Our monthly exclusive Patreon podcast. A new episode of that is up.
Mm-hmm.
It was Owl's Choice this past month.
Yes.
And we watched Moonrise Kingdom.
Jared's first Wes Anderson film.
It's true.
Yay.
So you can hear us talk about that and all of our other episodes that are up with that and the other bonus content you can get up there as well. What a value you can get.
So much value.
So much value. Next week, we'll talk about something.
Mm-hmm.
Something else.
Something else.